All right, so as a full-time police motorcycle officer, I assure you I never enjoy seeing riders down, injured, or worse, and I've seen a lot of that, unfortunately. So with that said, you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you believe that the only way to stay cool when you're riding in hot weather is to ride in a t-shirt. And yes, you're gonna see that happen on this channel by some of the guys I ride with. You see, I never force my views on other riders. I can only lead by example, and hopefully they'll catch on before they go down. But if you do decide to ride in a t-shirt and you go down, it does speed up our investigations because we just follow the skin trail. And I'm sorry if that's shocking to you, but it's the truth. And if you've ever seen anybody that slid on pavement a ways without proper protective gear, the next thing you'll do is go home and you'll order yourself gear. All right, so now I've got your attention. I am excited in this video to share with you a new 3-season protective riding jacket that I've been using. And not only because it's awesome and great looking, but because it's a more affordable option. And at the price point it's at, I hope more bikers are able to pick it up and ride protected. And the name of the jacket is the Alpinestars TSPX Superair jacket. It is available right in the law-abiding biker store, and I'll link to it in the description below for you. Welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Urlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. Always thank you. That's right, you, for checking back in. So I used and tested this Alpinestars TSPX Superair jacket exclusively on a recent 10-day motorcycle trip where we rode all over the East Coast, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And during that trip, I rode in temperatures ranging from 60 degrees to over 100 degrees, yes, in very humid conditions. And I will tell you that the breathability of this jacket is truly amazing. With that said, I will say below 60, it's still an usable jacket, and I'll talk about a mid-layer I use with it a little bit later in this video. So for some reason, a lot of street riders have it in their head that to be truly cool riding in hot weather, you gotta strip down to a t-shirt. And that's very far from the truth. And that's not because they're lying, obviously, it's because they literally have tried nothing else. You see, riding down the road in a t-shirt in 100-degree temps is literally sucking the fluids right out of you. Not to mention, the warm air is circulating around your skin and the sun is beating on it. Once you try a warm weather riding jacket like this, you'll realize that with any slight movement on your motorcycle, you'll feel the air circulating around you within the jacket, keeping you cool. And it's even a better experience when you wear a proper hot weather base layer like I do with this jacket. And I'll tell you about what I use a little bit later in this video. Wearing a proper hot weather base layer and jacket like this, you'll retain moisture and the sun won't be sucking the life out of your skin, meaning a more comfortable ride and less fatigue. Very important when touring. And if you stop for a long period of time, just take the jacket off and quickly put it on before you start riding again. This isn't rocket science here, folks. So let's dive into the features and tech within this jacket and what makes it so great. But before you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon. Every time those are hit, another biker joins the revolution, and we'd certainly love to have you be part of it. All right, so you're looking at it. I am wearing the Alpinestars TSP Superair jacket, the one I actually took on my trip. The name says it all. Again, this is a hot weather riding jacket. I say 60 degrees to over 100 is fine. You can even expand it a little beyond below 60 degrees if you have a proper mid layer to put underneath it. And again, I'll hit that a little bit later in the video. It is an entry level jacket. With that said, it's still very high quality. At the time of this video, coming in at $199. Now, I reviewed and tested and used other jackets that are in like the $800 price point. So that will put it in perspective for you a little bit. Now, this jacket obviously is not waterproof. It did rain on our trip. Have good rain gear. I put that over. I'll try to link to what gear that I use in the description below. The other higher, more expensive jackets, of course, that I use for winter and colder riding, those are waterproof. When you get that, the price goes up. I do want to mention that I have another similar jacket that's not this brand, that is a hot weather riding jacket that I use for adventure and off-road riding. and it's at least over double the price of this thing. And even though it's over double the price of this, it really doesn't offer any more features. What I like about this jacket is it fits nice. It is a sport touring fit. It means it's not too loose and not too tight. It's going to be perfectly suited for street riding, whether that's Harley or other street bike or commuting. So it's got a lot of really easy adjustability with the use of Velcro. And you can see I've got side straps here, and those adjust. They're through a belt loop basically, and you can tighten it, you know, and or loosen the waist to get the fit that you want. And speaking of adjustment, you've also got Velcro on the sleeves. And you can see very nice, very easy there. Get it as tight as you want. I do like that there's extra fabric and a panel. You can actually keep it really loose if you like that, or you can grab it, fold it over, and get it a bit tighter to go around your gloves there. So the jacket is of a 600D poly fabric construction, and baked within are mesh panels on the chest here. You've got them on the sleeves and of course on the back. And that is all built in, so this jacket keeps you nice and cool. And like I said earlier, you get great airflow going down the road through these panels and within this jacket. And a nice solid quality zipper up the front here. And you've got two hand warmer pockets. And yes, they are both zippered too. And overall, I found the jacket is plenty comfortable, and I didn't run into any issues as far as being in the riding position with the shoulders getting overly tight. Sometimes in the rear on jackets, we see gussets built in to give a little bit more there, but I really don't feel like it's too tight when in a riding position. And a lot of the times I rode with the zipper up. If you do need a little bit more air, obviously you can zip it down just a little bit. I wouldn't ride with it all the way open, as if you do go down, it's going to have more chance of coming off you. All right, if I unzip this all the way, throughout the entire inside is a mesh panel. And this is how this thing flows air so good and keeps you cool. There are two stash pockets, one on each side, and they are closed by Velcro, and they're actually pretty large. All right, just real quick, we'll get right back into your video. As you can imagine, a ton of man hours, expenses, and effort go into keeping this channel going strong. There is a way you can support us by becoming a patron member, and there's benefits for doing so, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group. It's a troll-free zone. It is nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat, podcasts early, premium videos upon request, and of course, access to all the ride, meetup, and events. We really appreciate you considering becoming a member. We'd love to get to know you better. All right, let's get back into your video. So we're going to dive into the armor that's baked into this jacket. Before I dive in too deep there, I do want to say, you know, some jackets have a strap here on the arm where you can tighten it up. The reason is you don't want the armor to move around if you do go down and slide, so that it's right on your bone, so to speak. You want the armor to stay in place. Even though this doesn't have straps, I was really impressed. They did a really good job just the way this fits. But right here on each side, they actually built in, it's kind of a, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like a bungee strap there. It's not adjustable, and you don't really know it's there, but it keeps it tight enough to where I feel like the armor really stays put. So the jacket comes with CE level 1 armor in both the elbows and the shoulders. And Alpinestars calls it the Nucleon Flex Plus armor. And just to show you at the bottom here, there is a zipper that you can unzip, and then you can reach up in here and you can access the armor panels. And while we're here, I forgot to show you, there are two belt loops interface, so you could strap this, you know, to your jeans or riding pants to keep it from coming up. So while we're talking about armor, yes, the shoulders and elbows, the armor comes baked into the jacket when you get it. Now, it doesn't come with the back protector, but there is a large pocket in there. You can purchase it separately, and it's called the Alpinestars Nucleon back protector, and I'll link to it in the description below. And when you go to the product listing in the Law Abiding Biker store for this jacket, there'll be a hot link there where you can click through and get the back panel if you like. And if I haven't mentioned, don't forget free shipping if you get it from the Law Abiding Biker store. And don't forget, if you don't live in Washington State, you don't pay taxes on it. So that's a huge savings for you. So we talked about CE level 1 armor in the jacket. Yes, if you're wondering, it is a CE certified riding garment. Also, if you're not familiar, with Tech Air. That's Alpinestars airbag system that goes around you, and if you crash, it goes off. This jacket is Tech Air ready. And I'll try to link to that in the description below also. And so a lot of reflectivity on this jacket. Of course, their logo there, the chest you saw, and this side. And then you've got a reflective strip all the way down the back of this guy. While you're looking at the back, you can see just how large that see-through mesh panel is. There's a reason this thing is so cool to ride in hot weather. And when you have it zipped all the way up, you can see there is a Velcro closure right at the top, and the collar is not going to chafe or rub or be uncomfortable because it is microfiber. Oh, and I finally came up with a name for this guy that keeps the armor in place. The bungee material, I said, it's kind of an accordion strap. And the jacket does have, as you can see in the back, like a proper riding jacket, kind of a drop seat, so to speak. And I had no problem, you know, when I was in the riding position, sitting up with that jacket riding up, it was still plenty below my belt line. All right, and so when you go to the product listing in the Law Abiding Biker store, we do have a size chart. And I will tell you that size chart is spot on. I basically followed the size chart when I got this, and I ended up with a large, and it fits perfectly. So no surprises there. So this jacket is gray and camel red, but you've got 4 others to choose from, and those are black and white version, an all black version, gray, black with high vis, and black and bright red. And like I stated, I think a 3-season jacket is fair. It's got great breathability, offers great protection if you do go down, and I think it's pretty darn stylish. And like I said, best of all, it's available at an entry-level price. So at the end of the day, I highly recommend this jacket to you. I know you will not be disappointed, and I really appreciate you considering purchasing from our store. We are just a bootstrap company of bikers trying to help as many bikers as we can worldwide, and it certainly helps us do that. And every single customer matters to us. We'll take care of you. We're not some big conglomerate. So before we finish, I want to talk a little bit more about why I can make this a 3-season jacket. So if you're going to do that, this is what I recommend and use, and this is also available in our store, link in the description below. And this is called the Purpose Mid-Layer Jacket from Alpinestars. So I paired this with the jacket because it is high quality from Alpinestars, and it looks great off the bike too. It's got a mock mesh lined collar, it's got stretch seams, and it's got thumb cutouts. Of course, it is zip up, and you've got 2 hand warmer pockets. And when you wear it, you realize just how comfortable it is. It's very forgiving. And again, it's got those stretch seams, so you're not going to feel restricted in any way. And on the inside, it's got a very nice fleece type feeling liner, 95% polyester and 5% spandex. And if I didn't mention, on each side, you've got a stash pocket. So overall, just a very quality mid-layer jacket that pairs up perfectly with that Alpinestars TSPX Superair jacket. And wearing something like this is just going to extend the environment that you can use that jacket in. One more thing, and that is the actual hot weather base layer that I've been using, and I absolutely love. I've tested a lot of different hot weather base layers, and by far this one knocks them all out of the park. It's actually my go-to now, not only for street riding, but adventure off-road riding, and I've been riding a lot of dirt bike lately, single track, and I sweat a lot when I'm doing that. This stuff is just amazing. And this is the Alpinestars Ride-Tech V2 Summer Long Sleeve Underwear Top, along with the matching pants. And of course, a base layer like this is going to fit very tight. When you wear a base layer in hot weather, you'll be surprised that as soon as you get moving and get any airflow, just how much cooler that air is on your skin when you're wearing this. So it's got Lycra stretch spandex in both the front, chest, and back area. So this can also be called compression gear, which gives you muscle supporting compression, and that equals less fatigue. And I can just tell you that it's very likely that you've never felt any compression gear or hot weather gear that is designed as nice as this. And like I say, once you get it on and it stretches, you can see kind of the mesh inserts and some other stuff, but it's just amazing gear, and it's quality. It's going to last you a long time. And so, of course, I will link to this shirt and pants in the description below. And yes, there's a lot of knockoff stuff on Amazon and other places online. It's going to be nothing like this. When it has the Alpinestars logo, you know it's going to be great and above the rest. And so I was testing a lot of other gear, of course, on that trip. Like always, I'm always reviewing it on the channel. Oftentimes, like on my documentary films or other videos, I'll actually give lists of the gear that I was using, and I'll try to do that on this video too. All right, I'm popping a couple of videos on the screen here for you. Hopefully something useful or entertaining. Heck, maybe both. At any rate, when you're done watching videos on the channel, make sure you get out there and ride every chance you get, Bikeaholics. Peace.